May he, rest in peace and whatever you feel about him. Kevin Samuels, who he made a whole living off of going hard on us. He made a living.
Did you tune in? Did you listen?
I never, because I wouldn't let that get in my spirit. But my point is, a lot of men that I know and respect were following him and listening to him. Women I know who were dating people were like, oh, Kevin Samuels told him to do this. Like, he was somebody's God. And they were taking that advice and using it in real life.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. She says, I never listened to Kevin Samuels, but I know he made a living going hard against us, aka black women, okay? That's what she said. Even though she never listened to the guy, right? She probably doesn't realize that he actually started his career by going hard on men, right? Helping men be better men. But, hey, that's not controversial, right? Helping men be better men, that's not controversial. But as soon as you start talking about women, though, apparently there is a problem. There's an issue. There are just some people in this world, guys, that will never, ever, ever be satisfied, okay? They live their lives wanting to be victims, right? And that is what this video is about. Because I'm telling you, I mean, there's been a common theme in some of my videos lately in which you do have people in this world who, no matter what, they will always pull the victim card. Even when they get their way, right? Even when they get what they say they want, it's never going to be enough. And that's exactly what is displayed here in this video with Cari Champion, who used to be the host of First Take, okay? Or the moderator, I guess. The woman, right? The woman that they use to moderate First Take, in which she's going to talk about her process of getting that job, in which she's going to get what she wants, but she's still going to pull the victim/race card, regardless of the fact that she got exactly what she wanted. And that's what I want to talk about here, because being somebody that worked in corporate America, right? A company, a firm that is subject to a lot of conspiracy theories nowadays. I kind of have experience with the process of going through interviews, getting hired, dealing with corporate America, being in corporate America, as a so-called person of color. I always find it interesting when certain people complain about the alleged racism or sexism or discrimination that they face in corporate America. Because for me personally, I never let race be a factor when it comes to a job interview or affect my mentality, in the sense that I would be thinking about, oh, what do they think about me as a black man? You know what I'm saying? Or are they not hiring me because I'm black? Or am I not getting a job because I'm black? No, I never let that be a factor. And the reason why is because I want to believe that in corporate America, the profit motive, the incentive is to hire the best qualified individual, okay? Because when you hire the best qualified individual, those are the companies that are going to do the best. They're going to make the most money. And that is the company that I want to work for, okay? I don't want to work for a company that is hiring people based off their skin color and their race. The reason why is because they're not hiring the most qualified individuals, which means that in the long term, those companies are not going to be as profitable, right? Which means that I'm not going to make as much money. I'm not going to have as many opportunities to be successful or to grow or to learn, because I'm not working for the best company, okay? So if there was a company out there that wanted to hire me just because I was black, or wanted to give me a leg up just because I was black, I didn't want to work for that company. I wanted to work for a company that was going to hire me simply based off my qualifications and my skills, because in my opinion, that is going to be the best company to work for in the long run, period. I guess the point of this video is that there's just certain people who never, ever, ever be satisfied. And I don't understand why corporate America keeps bending over backwards to please these people, because at the end of the day, you can never be woke enough. You're still going to get bashed and accused of racism, even when you're not being racist. And it's not good for the bottom line, right? It's not good for the bottom line, as ESPN has also suffered in viewership after they went woke, okay? That network used to be very, very, very relevant. However, now it has become extremely irrelevant, along with sports in general, okay? I think one of the reasons why is because they went political, is because they went woke. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this interview, because I think the things that she's saying here was interesting and worth the response.
When I went into audition, it was Skip and Stephen A. They had just announced that they were going to be the permanent host, and they're getting a third person. And they interviewed Jamel Hill, and they interviewed mostly blonde women, if I'm honest. They interviewed a bunch of blonde women. And then Jamel Hill was one, and they interviewed me and one other black girl. And I went in for the audition knowing they already wanted a blonde.
Is that why you have blonde highlights in your hair? Right? Again, is that why you have blonde highlights in your hair? Are you trying to appeal to people that only want to hire blonde women? And I'm assuming she's also means white women as well too. I think that's actually what she's really trying to say here without actually saying it. Or maybe she has brown highlights. I don't know. I have no clue how this stuff works. To me, it looks blonde, but maybe it's brown. I'm just saying, my point is that a lot of these people, particularly black women, that complain about society's beauty standards and how they don't feel comfortable, rocking their own natural hair, they seem to never actually want to rock their natural hair, even when they can, right? I mean, I don't believe that Cari Champion has an actual real corporate job now, okay? She was on CNN Plus with Jemele Hill before CNN Plus tanked, okay? Because nobody wants to watch Cari Champion and Jemele Hill and Brian Stelter and Rex Chapman and any other woke people that CNN Plus hired. Nobody wants to watch them. But I'm just saying, nobody's stopping her from rocking her own natural hairstyle right now. But every time you look, a lot of these women, again, including Youre and others who complain about this stuff, they never wear their own natural hair. And that's what blows my mind, okay? Because you definitely can, right? You definitely can. They just don't seem to like it as much as they think that the rest of society doesn't like it. I'm just saying, that's an interesting observation.
Because this is Monday through Friday on a popular show. You're not going to hire a black girl, especially not a brown-skinned black girl.
Really? Really? Because I see a lot of dark-skinned, brown-skinned black women that are on a lot of mainstream television shows, like daytime talk shows. I mean, I can think of some on top of my head, like Wendy Williams. Okay? She's definitely dark. Okay? Gayle King, Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Holston. I just named 4 off the top of my head that are on these TV shows. And I'll honestly argue that maybe black women are overrepresented on daytime television. There's a whole lot of black women that are on daytime television for millions of people to watch, okay? Again, these claims are interesting to me, right? Considering how black women, I feel like, are at the very least thoroughly represented when it comes to television and being on TV. They're everywhere, right? They're everywhere.
You're not hiring me. Right. That's how I went in. Yeah. So I do the audition, and I'm like, I kill it. I tell my agent at the time, I was like, I kill it. But if they give it to me, I'd be surprised. But he was like, how'd you do? I was like, I felt like I was that good. I knew I was that good, and I knew the audition went well. I didn't think they were giving it to me. The guy who runs First Take wants to meet you in person. Just make sure it's all put together. Like, she is who she looks like, because it's a physical thing, right? And she is what she says. And then I get the job, and I know it's a big deal, but they don't tell me it's a big deal because they don't want me to be nervous.
All right, so I want you to understand. This woman literally just said that, hey, I didn't think I was going to get hired because I'm a dark-skinned, brown-skinned black woman, okay? And she turns out and gets the job. She actually gets the job. Now, she also said that, she worked hard. She knew she was qualified. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, why don't you focus on that more than your skin color? Because that, to me, seems to be what the executives were thinking. They were like, okay, this woman's qualified. She worked hard. She came prepared for the interview, and she got the job. That should be the message that you're putting out there, not trying to play victim, okay? Because ultimately, today, that is what happens, I think, most of the time. I'm not gonna say all the time because, in corporate America, there is some of the whole, networking. You got to kiss butt. You got to get to know people, the good old boys thing going on. Yeah, some of that definitely happens for sure, right? But in your case, that was not it. You clearly felt you were the most qualified, and you got the job. What is there to complain about? Now she's saying, well, they didn't make a big deal about it. Well, it's not really a big deal because you are eye candy, right? Let's be real. The women on a lot of these sports television shows, okay, or even really in mainstream media in general, part of the qualifications that they don't really tell you is that you got to look good. You have to be an attractive looking woman. You can't be, super ugly, okay? And the reason why is because part of the business model is having eyeballs on the screen. And a lot of people, men and women, to be honest, don't really want to look at somebody that's not a very attractive person, okay, for 2 hours straight. It is what it is, right? That's just the reality of TV, okay? But you never hear people complain about that type of discrimination. Discrimination against women that don't necessarily look great, okay? Because part of the reason why she got the job, more so to have anything to do with her skin color really is, well, you look good, right? You at least with makeup on. I don't know what she looks like without makeup, right? Probably not nearly as attractive, but at least with makeup on, you're an attractive woman, okay? And you also got to have other qualifications on top of that, and experience on top of it as well too. But at the end of the day, in your situation, you got what you say you wanted. What is the problem, right? What is the problem? What is there to complain about? But again, there are people that are always going to find something to complain about, regardless of them getting what they say they want.
They act like it's no big. It's like, come on, okay, we need you to start by football season. So it's October 1. We already a month behind. So start. So I get the gig, and I don't know Skip and Stephen A. I didn't feel like I had to dumb myself down, which is honestly the reason why I think I got the job. I was completely naive. I didn't know Skip and Stephen A that well. I just knew them from TV, and I thought it was a lot of bluster. I thought it was just what they did, but they are exactly who they are. Yeah. And so what comes with people who are really talented, because I say this, and this is no cap, super talented. They worked hard. They taught me work ethic. We would work 6-7 days a week. We covered the Super Bowl, take 2 days off, fly somewhere. Finals, it was brutal, back and forth, flying across the country. They worked hard, and they did the homework, and they came prepared. Nobody was unprepared. But the problem was, for me as a Black woman in that position, and at the time, and we can do the research, nobody was Monday through Friday on a popular 2-hour TV show.
Lies. Okay, I just named a whole bunch of women who've been on TV, popular TV shows for years, right? Daytime television for years. They didn't make a big deal about you being hired because you weren't doing anything special, right? You was just another Black woman that's on a popular TV show. There's plenty of Black women like that, right? There's plenty of Black women that are like that. Plenty of them. That's why it's not a big deal. But again, she wants to feel special. She wants to feel like she's making history when it's like, no, you're not making history. You're just another cog in the machine, right? I'm sorry, right? We're not going to throw some special party or parade or have some special announcement because you're a Black woman who's in this position. You're moderating First Take. Again, you're not the main attraction, okay? You're there for eye candy and to moderate and to ask good questions, not to talk, right? Not to talk, okay? That's just the reality of the situation.
That was a Black woman at the time. And they just...
Again, this is like 2014, guys. 2014 is what she's talking about here.
They let me know I didn't matter. And whatever, intentionally, unintentionally, it was obvious. It was just like, you don't matter. Just be happy that you're here. Ask questions. Don't talk. Be happy that you're here.
Facts. Again, I mean, you should just be happy that you're there. Okay? You're getting paid, probably millions of dollars for that role, right? Millions of dollars as a Black woman. You're in the top 1%. More than the top 1%, right? You've made it. What are you complaining about? Oh, they didn't make a big deal about it. They made me feel like I didn't matter as a Black woman. Well, you don't, because obviously you were replaceable. They replaced you with Molly Carum, right? Who's annoying in and of herself. But I'm just saying, a lot of these people, again, this is what it's about. It's narcissism. It's about me. I want to feel special. You have to kiss my feet, right? You have to worship at the altar of wokeness. You have to worship at the altar of Black women. Okay, and if you don't do that, it's not enough, right? I'm accusing you of racism, okay? Again, it really blows my mind, man. It really does. Because when I was in corporate America, man, anytime I did an interview, I never thought about my race. I never thought about, I didn't get hired because, my race or whatever, because I'm Black. No, I never let that cross my mind. And the reason why is because I knew that would take away from my interview, okay? They would take away from really trying to display who I am and to show who I am, to show why I'm qualified, okay? But again, these people are so obsessed with their victimhood status that even when they get what they want, even when they achieve the things they want, they still have something to complain about because it's never going to be enough. Which, again, I don't understand why corporate America wants to be married to these people. Why they want to get in bed with people like this that obviously have this narcissistic complex in which their egos can never be satisfied, right? You must continue to worship them no matter what, even when they get what they want. Again, it's quite silly to me. So I want to talk about that because I found that conversation to be interesting. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.